And a lot of people don't do it because they're afraid they're going to get stolen. And I don't think we've ever had that happen.
Never. Because the quality of the house that we provide, we're getting higher quality guests. They're going to respect our property. They're going to take care of things. They're not going to take everything on the doors and leave with them. We've never had that happen. They use what they need, they leave.
Hey, welcome back to STR Unfiltered. I am Bill Faeth, your host, founder of Build Short-Term Rental Wealth and the STR Wealth Conference. This is my lovely wife, designer, back-end bookkeeper, stager. I want to talk today about the small amenities that people forget to put or don't even know to put into their house as amenities. It helps drive 5-star reviews and bring guests back for direct bookings again and again and again. And it's a lot of those small things. So you are actually our ideal buyer, our wealthy Wendy, if you will. So let's talk about the kitchen. Let's talk about some of those other smaller things like the pizza cutters, the extra wine glasses, the Ziploc bags, all that extra stuff that you put in. And a lot of people don't do it because they're afraid they're going to get stolen. And I don't think we've ever had that happen.
Never. Because the quality of the house that we provide, we're getting higher quality guests. They're going to respect our property. They're going to take care of things. They're not going to take everything on the doors and leave with them. We've never had that happen. They use what they need, they leave.
Right.
So one thing I really like to do in the kitchen, I like to supply Ziploc bags. I have a drawer organizer that holds the 4 different sizes of Ziploc bags.
Like the super snack bag.
The snack bag, the sandwich bag, the quart bag, and the gallon bag.
It looks nice too.
Yeah, and it's all in one piece. I get it on Amazon. It sits in the drawer.
You get it from Lux for Less, our Amazon
Our
web store.
Amazon storefront. Yes, the link is in our storefront right there, ready to go. And so that's there. We also have foil for our cooking. We have parchment paper, the saran wrap, the saran like press and seal stuff. We have all that in the drawer so that when guests show up, they're not bringing all their supplies with them.
But here's the problem. When you go to the grocery store, you're thinking about food. You miss those small things. You miss the spices. You do this all the time where you're trying to make something nice when we're on the road and you're like, oh shit, I forgot that one thing that we needed. Like the lemon zesters that you put in the kitchens because the girls love lemon spaghetti or what, you know, whenever we're on the road or whatever that is. So
yes.
How many of you have lemon zesters, you know, in your property?
Yes. And so, yeah, we do the lemon zesters, the lemon juicers, the meat thermometers, all those little things that a lot of people probably don't have in their houses. But if someone who really likes to cook, they're cooking for multiple people, those are things that they would like, if they saw it, they go, wow, I'm glad I had this.
Right.
Instead of, you know, trying to, you can't zest a lemon without a lemon zester. We also provide cooking oil, cooking spray, baking spray, which a lot of people don't realize that baking spray is made with a flour base so that when you're cooking cakes or brownies or stuff.
It's actually kind of amazing how many people recently have asked for baking stuff. I didn't see that a whole lot, or maybe I just didn't notice it. Remember somebody just asked if we had a mixer.
A hand mixer.
And all these different types of things because and usually it's like older people, maybe grandma or an older mom, I think they're trying to do baking stuff. We were talking about this. We're leaving in a few days to go on spring break.
Well, our girls love to bake.
Yeah, so we're going to do some baking stuff with them.
We always bake with the girls, love to spend the night baking. They like to make cookies or brownies or do something. So we always have those supplies. So not for cooking, but for baking.
Right.
Definitely.
That's a good indoor activity when it's bad weather outside. So we're kind of a little bit snobbyish when it comes to drinking wine and that type of stuff. And so we have multiple wine glasses, you have multiple wine openers. Talk about that variety and like the pizza cutters and that type of stuff.
Yes, we always have multiple pizza cutters. Those things can break. And so we always have at least 2 in every house.
And you seem to have different sizes, like the big wheel and then the smaller wheel, right?
Yeah, just give out different options. I always do a couple different sizes. But the wine glasses, that, like you mentioned, we are wine snobs. We love to drink wine when we're out. So I have stemless wine glasses. I have glasses with stems. I have some that are shaped for Cabernet glasses. I have some that are shaped for Chardonnay or Pinot.
Not that anybody should be drinking Chardonnay or Pinot, just kidding.
Or Merlot.
Right.
Ew.
But you also have the plastic stuff for the hot tubs and the pool areas.
Yes, and then you have the plastic cups and the plastic glasses, different things that they can take to the outdoors with them. We have the porcelain plates, the dinner dishes, but then I also have the outdoor plastic dinnerware so that if they do want to go sit outside, they're not taking the good stuff. If they drop, it's going to break.
Right.
We have the plastic stuff, and we love outdoor living. That's one
why
thing
we're out here.
That's why anywhere we go somewhere, we like a fire pit, we like a fireplace, or if we're out by the ocean, the pool, we like to be outdoors, not just stuck in a house. So we make sure to have those amenities for when they're outdoors.
And I think all of you should know this by now, but we don't just leave one roll of paper towels. We typically have 3 or 4 underneath the sink waiting for them. We let them know that it is fully loaded and ready in our laundry rooms. If we have enough, we usually have like a half a case to a case of Costco toilet paper, like 5, 6 extra rolls of paper towels. We want them to be comfortable, right? If they're comfortable, they're not going to complain. The other thing that I'll tell you, and one of the reasons we do all this stuff is you need to be doing that morning after check-in, the check-in with your guests. So we send a message at it's either 7 or 8 a.m. the day after check-in and making sure that everything's good, that the clean was 100%. We offer a 24-hour cleaning guarantee with every one of our properties, but also to make sure that they're able to find everything, right? So one of the things that I did, and you came down to this meeting when we were Andre the Giant, remember that, for Gulf Shores for a mastermind meeting a few years ago. I had Chris take a photo of the kitchen. I actually learned this from TJ to Johnny at the very first boot camp that we did. He opens up all the cabinets and takes photos. Well, that's a really challenging thing to show the entire, kitchen and everything that you have. So what I've done now is we take a photo and then make a key out to the right of what goes into, what cabinet or what drawer. Don't put that in the listing, but that goes into the TouchStay app, as we deliver it to them to make it easier. So let's move on. Let's talk about the bedrooms. And there's things that we do in the master that we don't do in other bathrooms, we don't do in others, to take care of the booker, to take care of Wendy and Walter that are staying there. Yeah,
one thing I really like to do, a little nice touch, is to provide a coffee bar in the master suite.
Ooh, sounds expensive.
It's not expensive. It's not a massive coffee bar like you're going to see in the kitchen. The kitchen has all the doodads, the gadgets, the frothers, all those things. In the master, it's a nice little cabinet or a table, something that's just not going to take up a lot of space. You
got the one in Coram, the Glacier property at Target, right?
Target. Yeah. It was a little black metal cabinet, so the top was not wood. If it gets water on it, it's not going to start peeling. Does that need another log?
Maybe. I just found a pretty awesome one on Amazon that we need to add to our store.
One thing I do want to mention, though, is if you are doing a coffee bar, it's a separate cabinet from your counter. Try and see if you can get one with a marble top or a metal top, something that's not wood. If it is a wood top, Amazon does have plastic covers for tops that you can get to fit the size, just to protect the top of that.
And they can get those in our store at the link below?
The storefront, yes.
Yep, gotcha. Lux for less, everybody. She's going to link everything in the show notes here.
It's just a single serve K-cup coffee makers, and then it has specialty cups. The coffee cups are different than what you find in the kitchen. It's a nice little glass coffee cup with some metal spoons. It just looks a little extra over the top fancy. And then inside the cabinet, there's, some creamers, sugars, sweet and lows, the K-cups, little varieties, and a couple bottles of water so that...
They need to mix something?
So when they go to fill the thing with water, they have the bottles of water right there to go. They don't have to go to the bathroom to do that. Those bottles are there for
And you can get like those single Keurigs for like $49 to $69. They're not even $100, right? For the single K-cup.
Oh yeah, the little single ones, no, they're not even $100.
So what do you think you're spending all in the Master Mini Coffee Bar? $200?
$200, maybe $250, but the table or the cabinet and everything, it's not a lot.
That's a great investment from an added amenity. Now let's transition into the master bathroom, because you do some things in the bathroom that most people aren't doing, and you include some stuff that we've talked about the tampons in the past, but probably not as much on the podcast.
So one thing we always provide for everybody is the toiletries, the shampoo, conditioner, the body wash, the lotions. Those are already there. The black makeup towels, which save your white bath towels. And so, but in addition to that, things that we don't put on our listing, they're plus ones when they get there, little things, is under the cabinet in the drawer somewhere, we have tampons, we have pads, we have those things for those emergencies that maybe they didn't plan on. It's a nice touch to have that there. I also like when one thing that we did in our Montana house, we remodeled the whole bathroom, and we did a above ground soaking tub, but on the wall.
Hold on, the soaking tub, that sounds expensive too.
No, it's not really. I got it on Home Depot's website. It was like less than $700 for a soaking tub.
Right.
And so it's creating this luxury environment for the guest. There's bathrobes hanging in the closet, luxury bathrobes and slippers. But you think, oh my gosh, that might be expensive. You can get these on Amazon.
Amazon robes are like $22 to $28. Slippers are like $1.80 a piece if you order them in bulk. They're cheap.
We get a small one and a large one, so you have 2 different sizes. Keep 2 additional ones as a backup in the closet so that your cleaners, they can swap them out easy. Just those little slippers are easy. You can get those on Amazon. They're like single-use type ones,
right.
But it just adds that nice luxurious touch when they open the closet and they see these things that they weren't expecting. It's a great amenity.
We want Wendy to feel like she's walking into a day spa when she goes into the bathroom. So you did a couple of other things in the design, like you did subway tile, not just in the shower, but you extended it floor to ceiling along the entire wall because you have shower, then the soaking tub behind it, right?
Yes.
And then there's a couple of things you did in the design with those 2 things. You want to tell them about that?
Yes. So when we redesigned the bathroom, this was our opportunity to add a couple little extras in there. Next to the bathtub on the wall, there's a little niche for a wine glass. So when someone's in there soaking, they can have a glass of wine. It's sitting right there. It's not in the tub with them. They don't have to reach to the ground to grab it. It's right there on the wall. They can reach it. And in the shower, I also added a little niche down low. It's called a shaving niche. So that women, while they're in the shower, all they have to do is just lift their foot up a couple inches off the ground, reach down, and shave.
That's like 5-6 inches off the ground, right? Maybe
no,
6 or 10
it's maybe
inches.
12 inches off the ground.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not far at all.
Awesome. Then on the soaking tub, some of the amenities are like bath bombs and stuff like that, right?
Yes, and so for the bathtub, I wanted to create a spot. It's in Montana. People might be coming in from a day of hiking or a day of skiing. They want to come in, relax, and soak. And so I went on Etsy and I found a live edge table to go across the bathtub, which the guy custom made it my specific length, which is great about Etsy. It's a great place to find unique things for a better value, and they can custom make them to fit because you can talk directly to the people at these stores and they can make it to fit your space. But on that little live edge table, I added bath salts and bath bombs. And I have up on the shelf onto the side, there's a glass jar. It looks really nice, like you're in a spa, and it's different varieties of individual wrapped bath bombs. So they can choose what scent they want to put in there.
And then the typical stuff like Q-tips, the makeup pads. You have a makeup towel. Everybody uses the black makeup towel, but a lot of them don't have the individual wipes as well, which is something we put
Yes. So not only do we have the black makeup towels on the counter, but we also have Q-tips, cotton rounds, and individually wrapped makeup wipe removers. So they have the makeup wipe remover and the black makeup towel on top of that.
And then small like toothbrushes, toothpaste, that type of stuff, all the travel size stuff.
Individually wrapped toothbrushes, and then the small toothpastes. We have those in because you never know. I've gone places and forgot those, so I am so thankful that I have those in our houses. So they're there for us.
And I can't emphasize enough, people do not steal that stuff. A lot of the reason they don't steal it, I think, is because we make it personal in our hosting. It's not, nobody even really knows what our vacation management company or our Kiva Vacation Rentals is, our co-hosting company or our own properties. We keep everything under the personal brand. And I think that helps because there's this lack of, kind of reciprocity when we refer to it as our family properties. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about the kitchen. We've talked about the master bathroom, the master suite. What are some other small things, that we do at the properties? I mean, I think about most of our properties are around water, lakes, beach, rivers. We have hot tubs at almost every property. Just small things like the little tables that you have for the hot tubs that clip on the side, but probably most importantly, the quick dry towels. I don't think a lot of people do.
Yeah, we do a lot of the Turkish cotton towels. They're the quick dry towels. Mm-hmm. They're quick and easy. We leave those in a basket nicely rolled up by the back door in a basket. I don't leave them sitting on the ground, a tip right there. Because you never know if spiders or bugs are going to get them. I always have them elevated onto some kind of a table. Don't leave those in. Same with baskets with blankets. Don't leave those sitting on the ground. Raise them up a little just to avoid that opportunity for a spider or something to get in there. Just put that out there real quick. But yeah, we do the towels. We have all the, our lake house, our river house. We have life jackets, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards. We have inner tubes. We have all those fun things so that they can go out and enjoy themselves. They didn't have to go and buy those once they got there. They don't have to bring them with them.
Rent them.
It's there.
Yeah,
everything is there for them.
I mean, even at the beach, we have a solo stove to where, either a solo stove at one of the properties, we have the very small fire pit,
we have the gas fire pit
gas one.
Out on the deck on the other one.
But one of the things when you have something like this or a fire pit, I see a lot of people that are not supplying wood. I think that's expected by the guests. And if you're not going to supply wood, you need to put that in your messaging well ahead of time, like a week or two, so they don't show up. Like we show up someplace, they have a fire pit, we want to have a fire, right? You love fire, especially sitting out here at night, drinking wine, enjoying the fire. You've got to supply firewood. And if you don't, you need to let them know, or you can have an upset guest.
Yes.
The other thing I think that's really important is lighting, right? And a lot of people don't focus on lighting, not only just how it makes your photos look, the ambiance, like if you have string lights and that type of stuff, but just having lighting up and down stairs, if you have walkways, that type of stuff. If you have a dock, a ramp that goes down to a dock, you got, a walkway out onto the beach, make sure you have those things lit with really well solar powered lighting. A lot of people don't think of that as an amenity. I do, because it makes the experience easier for the guest.
Yes, that's one thing at our lake house and at the beach house. All the way down the stairs, we have solar lights, and you just screw them into the posts. But then we also have them on the steps as well. So not only for the safety, it looks nice, but it's safety for your guests as well.
They look nice.
It does. It really adds something. And when you're on the boat coming in and it's getting dark, you see the whole thing lit up. It really looks nice. It makes the house look elegant.
Awesome. Anything else that we missed?
No, I think we covered a lot.
One of those things up there too is super important. Go grab one of those, because grab one of those lighters right there. I think that's another thing when we go to places, and I travel a lot, like with our masterminds and stuff, they have a barbecue and the lighter's broken. You need to have 3 or 4 of these.
We do. We have
every property.
We have about 3 of these in every drawer, and then we have backups in the closet. So the cleaners know this is on their checklist to make sure that these are in the drawers at all times for barbecues, for fire pits, things that are needed.
It's not really an amenity until you don't have it, unfortunately.
Yes.
The other thing I'll leave with you guys too is hopefully all of you are using Roku TVs, extra Roku remotes. I saw you just ordered some out of our Amazon store the other day. The other thing that we've started doing, and hopefully practice is still in place, is that you color code them. You can buy the rubber, cases around them and color code them by room. So like red goes in the bedroom, green can go in the family room, that type of stuff as well. Thanks for joining us on this episode of STR Unfiltered. If you have any questions, let us know. If you're watching this on YouTube or on catching the shorts on Instagram. If you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, wherever, please take a second, leave a review, tell us how much you love Brea and you hate me, whatever. But just make sure you're back every Tuesday, every Friday with another episode of STR Unfiltered.